going to go this way to see Karl. It's going to be...
I'm sorry.
Lily! Down on the right?
Yes. Don't speak. Now.
Tough, quite tough. Yes, but times are tough. No? Nothing to do with the crisis. It's the spirit of times. No? Crisis doesn't exist for Chanel, but it's the attitude what has changed. No? For me, it's really a new decade. No?
Formidable. Karl Lagerfeld is the highest level of exceptionalism and thought in not only the presentation and the atmosphere, but the thought about a tweed cape, the thought about androgyny and femininity at the same time, and modernity.
I really adored it. I think especially like the first couple of outfits, it was literally clawing yourself out of the coal face.
Chanel was such a difference from last season, even though it had a similar vocabulary. It was much more kind of dark and gray and sort of grounded with flat boots.
What Karl does is beyond judgment. You know, it's the man's a master. The man's a master. It's just what direction are we going in this season? I think that's really what you're looking at.
There were so many amazing things. I really liked how it was like, it was quite, it was a bit studenty. Do you know, I could really see myself studying.
I didn't like the ambience so much. I think, you know, all black, very Addams Family, wanting to be very young like this. I don't think that young people are so dramatic and so sad. I see the friends of my daughters, they're quite jolly.
White, off-white and grey, because it's not all black, it's mostly greys. Huh? It's a collection with all kind of shadows from black to white going through all shades of grey. Huh?
So many clothes, there's so many choices, so many shapes, so many fabrics, that it's impossible to say you didn't like the collection. But the choice of putting it all black, I'm not sure that's what we want at this moment. To look at her with her splendid scarf, look at me in yellow, look at him in orange. I think there's a wish of colors and happiness at this time.
Look at the audience. You see many people in red, pink, a little touch like your scarf, but if not, nobody wants to wear for a longer time than some summer day bright colors. Huh? And I also like the attitude of transparent jumpsuits instead of evening dresses. The woman can get into a car, move then, and it's not like being in tight little fishtail dresses.
there were only, I think, 2 dresses and the bigger pants and the jacket. So I think it was sort of a harder, tougher, kind of edgier collection for them, and I thought it was good. It was beautiful.
For me, it was refreshing that there was less emphasis actually on the boucle, and I enjoyed the proportions and the length of the collection. There was a sobriety to it that lent to the way the lace then came in, and the silhouettes that the lace was worked in like the all-in-ones. It totally worked for me.
It had a kind of sort of moody punkiness, sort of glam punkiness to it. It was all about pants, which was kind of shocking. I mean, the jackets got all cropped, and there's all these sort of glamorously loosey street pants. It was cool. It was very different. It was very, very different for him, and I think very different from Chanel.
The practicality of it all, the practicality and pragmatism of, the comfortable boots in the winter, Oxfords and, crushed socks, an Oxford boot with a sock attached. Formidable. One of Karl's great moments of many, many fabulous, successful moments of fashion.
His level of imagination is so, it's limitless. It just seems to be limitless, because when you realize he's doing this, and then he treats resort and even pre-collections with the same kind of intensity. His couture is unbelievable, and yet it's completely wearable, and then goes ahead and does 2 more for Fendi just to throw him in. His imagination is just astounding.
Because he's just a very cultivated person. He speaks many languages and reads many books. That kind of cultivation, that kind of mind is unique. There's only one, and it's exceptional. It's a higher standard because it's cultivated. I mean, the cultivation of the Grand Palais and the budget of Chanel and Karl Lagerfeld's extraordinary visionary imagination makes this a marvelous set, a marvelous setting.
How difficult is it to find something that you think women are looking for in their wardrobe?
This is a very good question with, in fact, no answer, because nobody knows, but in the propositions designers make, they can find something. They think, oh, this is what I wanted, and they can even think that that is what they thought they wanted, but what they had not formulated. It's up to us to formulate what they want, but what they cannot formulate, because it then becomes marketing. I don't want to know. It's up to me to give a kind of message, and up to them to pick out what they like.